Just lick that lemon?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, and it's alive. We're here at Seacoast Mushrooms up in Connecticut. We're gonna be meeting up with my buddy Chris, who grows these beautiful mushrooms. We're gonna head back to my house, make one of my favorite mushroom dishes. Go! That's it. Beautiful day. Kev, I love that shuffle you got. Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, good to see you,
Yeah,
Brad.
thanks for having me, bud. It's a hell of a shop you got here, man. You know, when you think of mushrooms, you just think of a rotten log in the woods or something, but... Quiet on set, please.
Oops. Sorry.
No, it's fine, dude.
Mushroom order.
Well, yeah, man, like I was saying, you know, when I think of growing mushrooms, you know, I don't think of giant retort machines, and I mean, there's some kind of damper flue system opening to a tank there. I mean, like, you're a mad scientist.
Sure. We could take a process where we took solid logs and drilled holes and sort of inoculated the log, let it incubate, but it takes a really long time.
Must take years.
Yeah, years. So what we do here is we accelerate that process by using sawdust.
Scientist.
So we'll take the hardwood, right, break it all down into tiny little sawdust, and then we enrich it with nutrients that the mushrooms would need to grow.
Beautiful.
And then we introduce spawn, what we call it, mycelium, to the sawdust. We have to actually keep that spawn going. And so we also sterilize grain so they can grow on this super nutrient-rich rye grain. And then we use that grain almost as like seed, and we use that to inoculate the sawdust bag.
So how does it do it in nature? Is it just different spores mingle in the air?
That's it.
That's it.
But what we need to do is create an environment that the mushroom has no competition for growth. We actually run it through our sterilizer, which is really just like a giant pressure cooker.
A giant, oh my God, look at that thing, huh? I'm gonna need one of those. I'm not going in there.
No, don't go in there. So we bring it into this room, which we call the cool down room. And you can literally see by looking in the window here, this was done 2 days ago.
Look at those.
A week ago, on the left, those are actually pink oysters. 2 weeks, we go from this loose bag of sawdust to this tight brick of...
Unbelievable. And this is like, literally, it's like, it would fall apart.
If I dumped the bag over, it would make a pile on the floor.
Right,
This
wet
guy,
sawdust.
it's a brick.
That thing's
It's not going anywhere.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's go see the next stage.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, I see what you got going on here.
So it's kind of creepy, because it's shipping containers.
Right. Oh, the smell, Kevin, the smell. Chris, you got a lot going on in here, man. You got the humidity. I mean, this is like something out of like a sci-fi movie. You know?
Right. It was warmer in there than it is in here, so it's cooler, and the humidity's higher, and we change that high CO2 level down to like ambient CO2 by poking holes in the bags. What happens is the mycelium is now going into this mode of, I'm gonna die, because the environment's different, and so it wants to preserve its species.
Right.
In order to preserve its species, it's gotta release spores.
Wow.
So before it can release spores, though, it's gotta put out these fruit bodies, which are the vehicle for spore release.
It's awesome.
There's a lot of oysters in here. So you got
Yeah.
pink oysters, blue
Beautiful,
oysters,
yeah.
got some golden oysters in the back.
Wow. Like if you didn't know what this was and you stumbled across it in the woods, like
Don't eat
your
it.
first thing should like be scared.
Eat it. It's pretty good. A lot of folks think it tastes like fruit, like melon.
I even get like a little like peppercorn, like pink peppercorny.
Okay.
Shiitakes.
Shiitakes.
One of my favorite mushrooms to cook with.
And then behind you
One of my
is
favorites.
This mushroom is just...
Hen of the wood or maitake.
Try the maitake. It's such a tasty mushroom.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the back.
It almost tingles on the back.
It does.
Right?
Like a little Szechuan-y. I have like a little piece of like sour candy underneath the back of my tongue.
Sure. What do you want? Maitake? Shiitake?
Yeah, just get a few shiitakes.
Go ahead, start picking away.
You almost feel bad. Almost.
Almost.
These little nuggets, right? They're kind of cute. Almost look like dark, like German rye loaf, Vulcanbrot or something, or whatever it's called. Right? I'd slice that up, put some homemade butter on it.
Sure.
Let's grab a few maitakes, huh?
Yeah.
Look,
This
at
guy's
that thing.
beautiful, right?
Yeah.
This thing's absolutely ready to go. You kind of put it between your knees.
Yeah, I got
Keep your
that.
fingers, your thumbs at the base.
Huh? Wow, look at them.
You
Look
get that
at
beautiful maitake.
that thing. That is cool, bud. I'd put that in an outdoor shower. It might even be a shower head. Out here showering with mushrooms. So Chris, the pink ones, that's an oyster mushroom, right?
That's an oyster. We painstakingly paint each petal pink.
Fascinating fungus. We'll be in touch, Chris. I'll talk to you soon, man. And I'll have to have you come over one time. I'll cook you up my favorite way.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
Oh, that sounds bad. I'll cook up some mushrooms my favorite way for you. I'm gonna be squinting the whole time. I look like I'm fucking pissed the whole time. All right, so we just left Seacoast with Chris.
We'll be in touch, Chris. I'll talk to you soon, man. And
Back in my backyard here. We're setting up here. I got the Traeger preheating. And yeah, we're gonna do one of my favorite little smoked, kind of baked, little mixed mushrooms that we got from Chris. Really easy. It's just a really awesome way to utilize vast different types of mushrooms. All right, so I got in here some buckwheat, all right, little buckwheat groats. You can get them at your supers markets or you can get them online, whatever you want to do. But it's basically just the little seed of a buckwheat. And I just throw them in there so they bake in there, get a little crispy, and they pick up a nice little smoky flavor. Just to give it a nice little garnishy crisp, you know, a little crunch. America loves crunch. So do I. And even though it's a grill, you know, and it's a grate, it's also just an awesome kind of, just a smoky oven. So I use a decent amount of oil. Olive oil, nice, but you can use whatever oil you want. And then I just start sporadically putting these things down. That's that King Trumpets that we got. Same with the maitakes and everything. I don't really cut these. You know, if you just follow the natural kind of tearing of it, it kind of just shreds out nicely into these petals. Yeah, so we're gonna add all the mushrooms to it except those yellow oysters. We'll add the stems to it, but those real delicate petals we'll add we'll add them at the last minute. The stem, the inside, that like sponginess of the golden oyster, I'm just gonna slice it into little chunks, and we'll throw that in there too. That's all edible. And these, I just kind of clean off any woody bits down by the stem, and then I just throw them in like that. A little more olive oil on top, nice. And then I just have a few cloves of garlic, and I crushed it about a few minutes ago. I'm just gonna chop it into like little chunks. Yeah, easy. I'll hit it with just a pinch of salt too. And then into the Traeger we go. We're gonna leave it in there. Keep an eye on it. I put it to, it's at 380, okay? 385, whatever. And you know, you could go low and slow for longer if you wanted to, or you could probably crank it up. You could probably do this at 450, kind of hot and fast. I kind of like it right in the middle. All right, cool. Let's make this yogurt sauce. We're gonna add about a cup of Greek yogurt, okay? We'll hit it with a little salt to taste. And we're gonna do, you know, start small. We'll do the juice of a third of a lemon. And then get your little favorite brand, or even make it yourself, a little za'atar, all right? A lot of variations on it, but this one's like dried oregano, toasted sesame seeds, a little sumac. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of the buckwheat groats. We're gonna save some for the top, but I'm gonna incorporate some into the yogurt too. And then, oh, Kevin, stay here. Let me go get the pepper. Kevin! Little black pepper, okay? Beautiful. Oh, you know what we'll add too? Right into it, just a little bit. I'm gonna add it on top as well, but I got some like little chives. I found these in the yard, little wild onion. So we'll just chive these up a little. Hope the wind don't come. Oh God, here it comes. Not a lot, okay? Just a little. A subtle kiss of onion. And then I also have a little mint in here, but I'm gonna wait, because if you slice, mint tends to get a little, I do that right at the end. Because sometimes if you slice it up too long ahead of time, it can start to bruise on you and get a little f***boo on you. F***boo? Is that a brand? All right, well, here we are. I guess I can stir the mushrooms. The trumpets ain't done, we're gonna need a few. I'm gonna test one. Hot. The scallop of the forest. That texture. This is the mushroom that sometimes, it almost does look like a scallop, or like almost like it came from the ocean, right? That little bit of smokiness just goes so nicely with it. A little butter, man. You can't go wrong with a little butter and shrooms. Yeah, babe. All right, leave that alone. That's gonna take a little while. I fudged my time. This is gonna take 30 minutes. So I got the, you know, about a cup and a half or whatever of Castelvetrano olives. And the mushrooms to those little delicate petals of the yellow oyster mushroom that we saved, because they're just so delicate, they didn't need to be cooked and roasted like that. And it'll add a nice little freshness, a little color to it, as well as the olives. I'm just gonna dump it in here. Well, let's check out the mushrooms too. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. It's kind of perfect. Mushrooms are perfect. Fascinating fungus. So we're just gonna prep our garnishes a little. I got some of those wild onions that grow, in the spring all over here. Let me get the mint too, all right, bud? Just a little. All right, in the meantime, we could set up our little yogurt deal. All right, just gonna give it just a little creamy kind of pad, Nice. And I'll put a little bit of herbs on it, a little bit of the fresh tatar, and the buckwheat groats. Look at that, perfect. And get a little composed bite with a little olive, a little bit of each of the mushrooms. You go back on there. Every now and then you make something and you're like, you just surprise yourself how damn good it is, They are just loaded with this unique flavor that I don't know how else to put but like umami, right? And just a satisfying, rich, meaty, it's not even a vegetable, it's a mushroom. Do that again. Well, big thanks to Chris over at Seacoast Mushrooms for hooking me up with some beautiful mixed mushrooms. Maitake, trumpet, oysters, is just very satisfying, filling, and you just feel good after eating it. Eat more mushrooms, smoke more mushrooms. That sounds weird. Bon Appétit, we'll see you next time, baby. Close your eyes. Picture some birds going. Right? And then boom, you're in like this misty, evergreen forest. I'm laying on the duff, these pine needles, and you smell, what's that? Mushrooms all around you. I was there. I don't know about you guys, but I went somewhere.
Sure.
What'd you say the name of this was?
False hellebore.
False hellebore. Hellebore, that's gonna be our band name.
Hellebore.
The Hellebores. Oh my God, there's a huge spider on me.
Oh my God,
I
oh my
hate
God,
spiders.
oh my God, oh my God.
Ah! The only one rule at this pizza party is that you gotta put ramps on it. I place it kind of right there.
Careful, right in that center.